It's investments, right? Everybody want to invest into something, right? Whether it be stocks, now it's the crypto, And I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest with you all. I don't do too much of that crypto, but I do more. I'm a stocks guy, right? New York Stock Exchange, and you know, and I tell a lot of people, especially the clients that enlist with me, and they say, Al, what advice do you have? And I tell them, well, the best advice I can give you is start off as a beginner's level, and then you go to the intermediate, and then you go to an advanced. I start off as a beginner level type investor, right? I start off with $25 in stash, and so now I'm in 3 different platforms here. I'm in Stash, Robinhood, and Webull. So, and so this I won't touch too much on investments on this podcast here today because I want to give y'all some knowledge. You may have the knowledge already, but I want to continue to let you all know that, hey, it's okay to start off with $25 or $40, and then gradually work yourself up to the top. Because the investment money, I'm gonna tell you right now, the investment money, it got to be free money. It cannot be no bill money. It cannot be no money you owe somebody. You're supposed to pay them back next week or the following day, even the same day. It have to be money that you use freely. That maybe for me, I'm out to eat money, right? I'm a big guy, and so so out to eat money would be, I had to cut down on that and go into investments. And so one of my investment clients, they was like, hey Al, I won't say the gender, how to say they plural. They was like, Al, what should I sell this and should I sell that company? And I said, well, have you tracked the company? This is your first time in this game, so make sure you track the company. If you're looking at CCL, I use the acronyms here, CCL, right? When first COVID came, the CCL stocks were, I bought mine at $9 a share, PPS, right? Approximately $9 a share. But it could gradually, it caps out at $60 a share before the pandemic came, right? And so, you got to know how to track. And I track, me personally, and everything, this discussion tonight is like all opinionated, right? But I had great results. I tracked 6 months to a year prior, before any pandemic occurred or any, in general, right? If I'm, if CCL is on the market and the pandemic hasn't occurred, then I still would have tracked that company 6 months to a year prior, because I want to see what they have, how much they have grown, right? How many stocks, what's the market volume they have, right? How many market volumes they have, and how would it impact their investors or their company, right? And I won't get into all the evaluations of a company and all, no. But CCL was a great buy. Unfortunately, right now they're not shipping out right now, according to my knowledge. I may probably changed up, but Carnival Cruise Line, that's what CCL stands for. Great company, by the way. They was, I was able to buy them at a low cost, and I was able to make a great profit when the market, changed. And so the first question, the first advice to have people, first question people ask me, say, well, Al, how should I start? Beginner, intermediate, or advanced. I have X amount of money here. I want to go in it full throttle, and have to tell them, I say, yo, please, don't go into full throttle. No. You want to be able to start off slow, learn the investment game first. So first do a budget, right? Do yourself a budget. See how much can you afford before you start playing around with this kind of currency, right? And so how much can you afford on a monthly or weekly or bi-weekly, or daily, whatever your preference in investment, how much can you afford? And then I tell them, I say, well, once you get the budget, situated, then figure out, what type of companies do you like, right? And then that go hand in hand with how today's economy is being driven, right? Technology, right? Pharmaceuticals, like Zoom, right? But they go with technology, but technology also could be computers, computer company, chips, right? And so we gotta, robotics. So we gotta just be careful, what company you want to invest. Because people say, hey, I got, a $35,000 investment, or a $3,500 investment. $35,000 would be one point in time. Crypto, Bitcoin was 35,000. It dropped down. Then now it's back up. But people say, hey, I own crypto. I say, oh, you paid 35,000 for that crypto? Oh no, I bought a fraction. Well, you don't own crypto. You own a fraction of a crypto. You don't own the actual crypto. You can't go back and sell it and make a $10,000 plus profit, right? You'll get a fraction of that when you sell it to. You pay $400, you get a fraction of $400. You may make a good profit, but you want to see. I'm a big fan of double your money, right? You buy at the right time, you sell at the right time, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. It been times I was like, I'm gonna sit on it. Numbers going up, I'm gonna sit on it, and then so unfortunate that it went up too high and it dropped, and I said, oh, I lost money, right? And so. We got to be up. We don't want to get attached. That's one of my mistakes in the beginning of investment. I got attached to these investments, right? I got very attached to them, and so I sit on them, I hold on them, and I know it's a good profit. I just about double or triple my money in investment, right, on this investment company. So I sit on it, and then once I sit on it, and then it drops, and I lose money. I say, why didn't I sell, right? So keep in mind, just be, first off, do your budget. Second of all, make sure that whatever you do, start off as a beginner. My advice, opinionated, is up to you. Start off as a beginner's level. Track the company, whichever market you like to be in. That's fine. You can be in any market, but track the company you have interest in. 6 months to a year prior to today's date. Now, I must warn you. Now, I made a lot of mistakes, and when I first started this thing here, right? I got to the point. I said, let me run into a financial market course through Yale University. I took some couple of economics, macroeconomics, entrepreneurship courses in college. Yes, I've taken those, but I said, let me learn this more. Right, let me understand the market of New York Stock Exchange, right? The opening and the close periods, the selling and the buying periods, right? Because every domain submit their transactions at different times, ladies and gentlemen. Keep that in mind. So you want to budget first. You want to see how much money you can afford to throw away or risk. We use a technical term, risk, into the market, right? Number two, you'll see which type of industries you like, right? Well, again, technology, pharmaceuticals, it could be something like automotive or chips, right? Computer company, Coca-Cola, McDonald's. We could go on and on with this, right? And so to make sure fast food restaurant brands, beverage brands, right? We want to make sure that they're doing good. Their growth, you may hopefully get a good ROI, return on revenue, return on investment, and then hopefully your revenue, whatever you invested, you make a good revenue out of it, and maybe you do quicker 9 to 5, and then go full throttle investment. But that's like a 9 to 5. I'm gonna tell you something. That's another thing. Don't think it's possible, but don't think as a beginner level. Don't think you could just leave and leave your job and start just wholeheartedly just start investing into the market and say I'm gonna use all my investment to the market. No, ladies and gentlemen. I would never advise you to do that, ladies and gentlemen. Just try to keep things moderate, something you can control, right?